and welcome to the Building Excellence Podcast. This podcast is put on by a group of leaders that literally all they want to do is help as many people achieve excellence in every area of their life. They hope that a nugget here or a nugget there that they learned in the past would help you build excellence in your life. So my name is Dwayne Walker, and we are continuing. We are in a series currently called How to Be Unsuccessful. Okay. So this isn't how to be successful. This is how to be unsuccessful. So let's dive in. If you haven't listened to any of the other episodes, please go back. I pray that they bless you. So today, here's the statement. If you want to be unsuccessful, be a leader that you work hard at your job, but you don't work hard on you. If you want to be unsuccessful, a surefire way to be unsuccessful is by being a leader that works hard at your job, but you don't work hard on you. Listen, you can actually work hard at your job and make a living. But if you work hard at you, you can make a life worth living. If you work hard at your job, you can make a living. But if you work harder on you, you can make a life worth living. I would say this, growing up, I was always a hard worker, and that came pretty easy to me. I always wanted to do my best. And as I was doing that, I found myself still not getting anywhere. I think it's important that we define what anywhere means. I'm talking about our definition, the definition that we're putting on what success is. So let me reestablish that definition for any new listeners today. Success is achieving your purpose and destiny in your life. Achieving your purpose and destiny in every area of your life. So that's achieving your purpose at home as a spouse or as a parent. It's achieving your purpose in the workplace. It's even achieving your purpose on the impact you're supposed to have on this planet. And as I reflect back on my life, I realized that I worked hard. However, I became very, I would say, unfulfilled. I found me working hard didn't help me achieve the level of success that I'm talking about today. In fact, whenever I was younger, I worked hard, but I also found myself doing things I shouldn't do. I found myself lying sometimes to get ahead. I found myself cheating systems, like making reports say things they shouldn't say. I found myself manipulating and taking advantage of different opportunities or cracks in systems or supervision, taking advantage of moments like leaving early here or coming in late there. Like they won't notice. Not doing this responsibility or not doing that responsibility. They won't see. I truly appreciate some of the leaders that were in my life early on. They not only showed me grace, they taught me so much about the importance of working on myself as a leader. They helped me to understand that there was more in me, that life is more about, it's not just about working hard. They helped me understand that life is more than clocking in and clocking out. It's more than just doing your best and showing up for work and working hard at work. It's more than just getting a paycheck. That really, if I wanted to be the best leader that I could be, that I can't just work hard on my job, that I actually had to work harder on me. Those leaders, they disciplined me. They told me that my behavior wasn't acceptable. They showed me that working hard wasn't simply the path in order for me to achieve what God put in me. They had me start working on things like my character, like what I do in the dark, I'm doing the same thing in the light. That how I lead my responsibilities when they're looking, am I doing the same type of leadership when they're not looking? Am I creating good habits for me to be able to be the best version of myself every day? Or am I not creating any habits and I just live my life working hard, but not creating a better mind, creating a better body, creating better leadership in myself? They taught me the importance of working on my character. They taught me the importance of working on my integrity as well. The integrity of not being dishonest about things I'm supposed to produce, work I'm supposed to produce. So if I didn't hit the goal, they taught me the importance of saying, I missed it. Sorry, I blew it. If the report that I'm supposed to turn in isn't a good report, just turning it in saying, this is what happened. It's not good. But then we can talk about strategies and how we can improve. I'm so happy that they began to shift my compass towards simply working hard to just make a living, but again, for me to begin working on myself so I can live a life worth living. So from that foundation, I began to see that it was important for me to continue to work on myself at a higher level. I actually didn't start living a life worth living until I started focusing on how to make Dwayne better. So from there, I learned another important attribute, and that is valuing others' input. Before, man, I was a know it all. I was a person that I thought my perspective was the only perspective. I'm laughing because it's so obnoxious now. Uh, But I didn't get there on my own. Somebody had to help me get there. They had to help me understand that my perspective was just my perspective, and there are many others. Matter of fact, every person on the planet has a different one. So it's pretty important that I learn other people's perspective so I can see if their idea is better than mine, or if it needs to shape mine, or maybe they needed to be heard so that they can see that, man, okay, this other idea may be one that we need to adopt. So I just created buy-in. Another thing that I learned into a great best practice to work on me, well, it is seeking wise counsel. It is just the importance of talking to people about me. Finding some people, and a key word that I'm giving you is I had to find them. I had to take opportunities where wise people were in front of me, and I had to ask them for their time, and I had to ask vulnerable questions. I had to begin asking things like, what are some things in my leadership that you see that you think is going to hinder me from achieving the best results for my life? That's going to hinder me from achieving the purpose that you believe God has for my life. What are some things in my leadership that you believe is going to hinder me from having great results in my marriage, in my parenting, in the results I'm trying to produce at work? What are some things that you see that I'm doing as a husband that you believe could be hurting my wife? I had to ask other vulnerable questions of what are some weaknesses that you see in my leadership? I tell you, it's really important. One of the best things that you can do as it relates to working harder on you is learning your strengths and learning your weaknesses. Matter of fact, I heard it said like this once: uh, "Show me the me I don't see." It's so important for us to become self aware. A breakthrough from my life is when I became self aware. When I became aware of areas in my life that I should not listen to me. When I thought that that my perspective was the only perspective, when I thought that I was gifted and wonderful in every area, man, like I was not achieving remotely the type of results that I wanted to in any area of my life. I was working hard at my work and getting a paycheck, but I'm telling you right now, I was failing at the results that I wanted to achieve at home and at work. Are you you might be asking this question, Dwayne, are you trying to tell me I can work hard and still fail at my purpose? Absolutely. If achieving your purpose and destiny is about literally being successful and attaining your God-given maximum potential at home, in your spouse, parenting, and at work and on this planet, let me tell you, that's going to be hard work. It's going to be hard to achieve that. And you could work hard and not know that there are some things that you're doing that's going to hinder you from achieving those areas. So at one point, I was blinded. I was thinking that as long as I worked hard, kept my head down, I'm going to attain that. Honestly, I don't think it's possible to, because we all have a me we don't see. I think in order for you to achieve your purpose and destiny, I think it's important that you know and you learn your strengths. You learn your weaknesses. You learn where you don't need to trust you. And I don't believe anybody is designed to achieve their purpose and destiny alone. I truly don't believe any person on the planet can achieve their maximum potential in any area of life alone. I don't. I truly believe that all of us can do better with people who are gifted in areas that we're not. Even if they're gifted and the only thing they do is just tell us some areas that we're not gifted and some strategies on how to overcome it. So I just have to repeat, one of the best areas that I could begin working on me is seeking wise counsel and asking vulnerable questions. And then another thing I can do with that wise counsel, I can actually give them real life scenarios. Here's something I'm going through at home. Here's something I'm going through in my marriage. Here's something I'm going through in my parenting. Here's some things that I'm trying to lead through with my business or in my current work role. I'm trying to get here, but I don't understand how I'm stuck. It's so important to have people in your life that can speak those truths to you. Another phenomenal way for me to work on me is this time of reflection. This times to just reflect on what happened this past week. What are some things that I'm grateful and happy for? So what are some things I'm thanking God for? Time of reflection for me to begin writing some things down that I want to make sure that I accomplish the following week. Time of reflection, I think, just calms your soul, it calms your spirit, it allows you to slow down and enjoy every breath. So where you're not just so focused on getting that you can begin focusing on, well, all that God is giving, all that life is giving. So a time of reflection, I'm telling you, that's a great way to focus on you and work on you a bit. Another critical way was making sure that I was growing spiritually. Growing spiritually was, I thought that growing spiritually was just going to church. I truly did. I thought it was just attendance. I do believe that regular church attendance is a critical aspect. But I also believe that regular study and quiet time that really allows God to, to speak to your soul, that where you can read scripture, where you can listen to worship music, for you to journal, for you to read some of the things that God has taught you along the way. Like those, I'll tell you right now, those have been game changers. And the last thing that I'll mention on at least some best practices that help me to begin working on me is honestly things that you're listening to right now, listening to podcasts, reading books that are designed to grow my perspective, to grow my thinking, to grow my leadership capacity. So again, if you want to be a leader that is unsuccessful, be a leader that works hard at their job, but you don't work hard on you. If you want to be successful, if you want to reach your maximum potential on this planet, then don't just be a leader that works hard on themselves, but be a leader don't be a leader that just works hard at work, but be a leader that works hard on you. If you are a leader that works hard, you can make a living. But if you're a leader that works harder on yourself, you can make a life worth living. So join me. Let's continue to work on ourselves until the good Lord calls us home. Let's continue to do our best to be the best version of ourselves every single day. One of the best leaders that I've met and heard said this: when the leader gets better, everybody gets better. So let's be leaders that just always get better. All right. Thank you guys for joining us at this Building Excellence podcast on the series, How to Be Unsuccessful. All right. We'll talk to you soon.